I lost my parents when I was young, and my mom's sister adopted me, but I was repeatedly adopted by her husband. I don't remember how many times he did that to me. All I remember was every night he came to my room and forces himself on me. Every time he did that to me, even now thinking about it, I was so disgusted. I was 7 when he started to misbehave with me. And my auntie, she tortured me, she taunted me, endlessly beaten me up. I was too young to fight for myself. I was defenseless and powerless. I didn't have friends at school, at home. I was weird, too quiet, and even most of the teachers at school looked at me in disgust. And the villagers, they used to call me an outcast. But I grew up understanding that I was worthless. I should be ashamed of who I am, and I should be the reason why my parents are dead. I barely say a word through most of my childhood. I didn't say a word to anyone when my auntie tortured me, taunted me, endlessly beaten me up. I didn't say a word to anyone when my auntie's husband sexually abused me, forces himself on me. That monster, that beast. My life was so hard. I led a very solitary life. I remember I was sitting outside in our garden crying, begging to God to take me where He had taken my parents. I remember at our neighborhood, they had a sick old woman, and she was so sick. I overheard people praying for her. But for me, my prayer was different. I prayed, God, instead of taking her life, let me die on her place. She still had people who love her so much, but for me, I got no one, and I'm so tired of my life. So take me, so that I will die. I was 11 years old when I had that prayer, but I didn't die. Much to my dismay, I woke up the next day. The day after, the day after that, the day went by, but my situation didn't improve or change. My auntie and her husband, their behavior was the same, and my life didn't get easier. I started thinking about how to escape from this, but I didn't know where I should start because I had no other place apart from my auntie's place. And by that time I was in A3. I endured everything because I wanted to study. But I grew up at the age of 17. I made a decision to run away. And running away was the only solution I had. And I did that. I gained self-confidence. I was no longer powerless, no longer defenseless. I gained control over my life. Self-strength. I can do whatever I wanted to do. I got a job and also finished my technical studies. I escaped that helpless and disgusted people. And now I have a good life, a good job, a good friend. People who see me now, they call me good names. And also people who know me now would never guess I was once miserable, sexually abused, beaten up, and all bad things that happened to me back then. Now I'm 25 years old, but I feel so sad that my childhood was destroyed, and it still pains me so much. And it's sad because all those things that happened to me, all the physical and mental scars still in my heart and some on my body. I know there are still fresh scars in my heart, but life has to keep going on. Life has to keep moving on. I had to forget all the pain, all the pain that I went through back then. I know I still have that scars in my heart. But sometimes I advise myself that instead of focusing on my past childhood, I choose to focus on the things that I love, the things that makes me happy. And I know one thing for sure, that I will never change my past. So I choose to keep moving on. And this is my last message to you, girls, especially if you went through in the same situation that I went through, or any kind of hardship. Don't keep quiet. And you need to know that you are not alone. And every situation has a solution. There is a way to everything. Don't keep quiet. And you need to know that life keeps moving on. And my last message is, life is funny. Today you are crying, but tomorrow will be different. Just like my life. I have a good life, a good friends. My life was not the same. I suffered for 10 years being sexually abused. But now I'm a grown person, I'm a grown woman, and I know how it's like when you went through in such a pain. But I know that life have to move on. This is my story, and I hope that you will learn from my story.